Welcome back to Training in T.I.Studios, guys. I'm your host, Ben. Today, we're just not going to be a normal kind of video. Today, I'm going to be talking about the big story that happened the other day at the Cincinnati Zoo. I've been seeing way too much crap on Facebook and on the media everywhere. Everybody's weighing in with their opinions and judgments and whatnot. And it's actually at the point to where now I'm kind of pissed off. I'm really annoyed with people right now. So I had no choice but to make this video. First off, let me state that I'm a huge animal lover. I can't stand hunting. I don't like guns. Hey, that's just me. You want a gun? That's your opinion. You're right. Whatever. I don't like them. I don't like hunting. You want to hunt? That's on you. You hunt. I personally don't like it. I love animals. I'm very passionate about animals. Jeff Corwin, who has made a comment on the story already that I actually don't agree with, he's one of the people that got me into it. I already loved animals, but he helped inspire my passion. So did actually Steve Irwin. Steve Irwin was much more of an influence. Still to this day, about 6 to 8 times a year, I'll watch a video of Steve Irwin. I'll usually watch his memorial service, which is like an hour and a half long, and I'll watch the whole thing and I'll cry 3 or 4 times during it. I have no problem admitting that. He was a huge inspiration for me. I love his passion. I love when he really gets into it. Crikey, mate. And that's that's one of the least important things that he ever says. But it's the trendy thing that he says, and this is trending in Studios. So we're gonna fast forward a little bit here. So the other day, at a Cincinnati Zoo, as you all know, I'm sure by now, a child fell into the enclosure. And he really didn't fall into it. He told his mom that's what he wanted to do. Mom, I'm going to go swim with the gorilla. She's like, no, you're not. Mom, I want to swim like the gorilla. But we've all had a conversation like this with our children. Not saying with the gorilla, but we've all had, we've all had a conversation where the child is telling you that they're going to do something. You're like, no, that's not what's going to happen. And they will continue to say they're going to do it. And you're like, no, it's not going to happen. But here's the thing. She was with one other adult, and there were 4 other kids. They were getting the kids ready to go to the next enclosure, the next part of the zoo. They were getting ready to go do that, so they were getting the kids that couldn't walk on their own set in the stroller. For people that have multiple kids, you know this story, even if you don't. But if you don't have multiple kids, you've seen it. It is impossible, guys, to keep your eyes on a child 100% of the time. If you have ever turned your eye on your child for 1 second, at a public place, hell, even private, but we're going to use say public because this is a zoo here. If you've ever done that one time, you have no right to condemn this mother. None. I'm just sick of it. People trying to act like they're perfect parents. They read a certain situation on the news. This happens all the time. And then they want to come give their opinion and judge a parent and tell somebody how bad of a parent they are, how they shouldn't be able to breed. This is why people are stupid. Blah, blah. It becomes a very big judgment fest where people think they have the right to judge another parent based on something that happened. When they weren't there, they didn't see it unfold, they have no idea. People that were there have been standing up for this woman. People that were there. But everybody else that wasn't there seems to be judging this woman and telling her how she's a terrible parent and how she has no right to have a child and it's her fault that this gorilla's dead. Bullshit. There's only one fault here, and it's the zoo. And even that, I'm like, but it's still the zoo's fault. There should be no way for a human being to get into an enclosure like that. None. It shouldn't even be possible. And I've seen multiple zoos, like the rhino cage at the rhino fix at the San Diego Zoo. Literally, if I wanted to go play with a rhino, it would take me all of 2 seconds to get over there and get my butt whooped and probably killed. So, and by the way, I love the San Diego Zoo. I went there twice. was there on 2 separate trips. I went twice because I loved it so much. I love animals. Both times I spent the entire day there. That's how much I love animals. Just this past year, I took my son to Brookfield Zoo. Loved it there, and there was kind of the similar thing in a few places there as well. Zoos aren't perfect. There should be no way a human being can easily get in with an animal that can kill them. That's just how it is flat. But the judging of the parenting of how this kid got in there, that's what has me freaking pissed off. That's what has me passionate. I'm freaking tired of this crap. Everybody needs to stop playing judgment. Stop playing like they're God. You know, stop playing like they're perfect. You are not perfect. I will guarantee every single parent that has made a comment judging this mother of this child right here has had a moment where the same thing could have happened to their child in a different kind of scenario. Whether it was in the parking lot, one time they didn't hold their child's hand, one time, or they didn't hold it for 2 seconds, or they're going for a walk and the child runs 30 feet in front of them. You know what can happen? Your child's 30 feet in front of you. What can happen? You can be attacked by a dog. You can be attacked by a mountain lion. You can be attacked by any kind of creature. You can you can get hit by a car. There's all kinds of things that happen in this world that are called accidents. It happens. No one is the perfect parent. We all make mistakes. But this wasn't even a freaking mistake. She was getting her other kids ready to go to the next exhibit. You would not believe for 1 second that your child would go into an enclosure, or even think he could. It was 15 feet high. So I can see why there was no way she believed that he would be able to get up there and do it in the amount of time it took her to get her kids ready. So guys, stop being irrational. Stop being irrational and start being human beings. And you know what? When it comes down to it, would the gorilla have killed? This is the argument that some people are making. Well, the gorilla was just protecting the child. It would have never hurt the child. Let's say that's 80% likely. 80% likely this gorilla would not have killed the child. This beautiful silverback gorilla would not have killed the child. That still leaves a 20% chance that it might have happened, even if it was by accident, because gorillas are ridiculously strong. Silverback gorillas are freaking strong, and this is a kid. It would not have taken much at all for this gorilla to accidentally kill this kid. So, seriously, they had no other option. You can't tranquilize it and then have it not work right away, and now it's getting a little bit dazed, but now it's also a little bit pissed off. So, no. That argument needs to stop. They had no choice but to shoot this animal. Like I said, guys, I love animals and I hate guns. So you know how hard it is for me to say that sentence? Hate guns. Love animals. Gorilla was killed by a gun. And here I am saying it was the right thing to do. Why? Because common sense says it is. So people, seriously, get off the stupid. This has nothing to do with religion. This has nothing to do with politics. This has nothing to do with media. This is just common frickin' sense. Wake up already. When it comes to a human being and a frickin' gorilla, which is one of the most beautiful animals in the frickin' world, and you want to say, well, they could have done this, maybe they should have done this, or this parent was this, it all doesn't matter. What matters is that child's alive, and that mother still has her child. So seriously, people, wake the hell up. I'm getting absolutely tired of people not using their freaking heads anymore. Do I seem a little pissed off? Yeah, I am. Wake up. For Lord's sake, this is not rocket science. Yes, the gorilla might not have killed the kid. That's possible. Very possible. But it's also possible that the gorilla would have killed the kid. And under no circumstances should the zoo have allowed that to happen. They did the only thing they could do, which was shoot that animal and put it down. So wake up, people. Wake the hell up. So like I said, guys, This was not going to be your typical video here at Trending Interactive Studios. Very passionate, very much involved, and sorry if I got a little loud with you there, but Jesus, this stuff is really getting to me. It's on Facebook every day. Not to mention, we just had an incident where 700 immigrants were losing their freaking lives, and we're talking about a gorilla. As much as I love animals, guys, people matter more. That's going to be my end game right here. People matter more. People matter more under any circumstance. As much as, and I love animals as much as anybody I know. I think more so. I still remember, guys, here, that's a sidetrack, but it's about a tiny sidetrack. I still remember a day I was driving home from my friend's house, and I accidentally hit a raccoon with my car. I got out of my car and was walking up to it. I was already crying, guys. I had a raccoon. I'm crying tears. Tears. And then I see the mother's got a little baby in its mouth. Now I'm really crying. I'm bawling tears over a raccoon. Why? Because I love life. Whether it be animal life, whether it be human life, I love life. It makes me happy inside. But what pisses me off is when people want to try to act like they're better parents than another parent because of something that happened that made the frickin' media that's now gone viral. Come on now. People, wake the hell up. And I'm going to end it on that note, guys. Thank you for watching Trending Interactive Studios. I'll see you next time, hopefully on a much happier note. Guys, again, wake up. Think before you start judging somebody. We'll see you next time, guys. Take it easy.